Senator Hoeven.
Yeah, I'd like to extend my condolences to the Lilly family as well, and all the families that have lost people in these accidents, and why it's so important that we take action to prevent that every way we can. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here today. And you mentioned this natural gas project in Louisiana, and that it hasn't been officially announced yet. And Kennedy's gone now. So I'm wondering, is there any chance we could move that to North Dakota maybe?
Yeah, I don't think so.
We have a lot of energy up there, and I know
energy.
your staff's going to want to consider that carefully.
I think that cake is baked.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Well, it
Senator
hadn't been
Kennedy
announced,
gets
so
it.
I just
Right.
checked.
He's watching right now, though,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, I'm
He's-
sure he is. Thanks for being here. Air traffic controllers, we're down about 30, or we're about 3,500 less than what we want. You talked about that, but really, we need to do more, not just at the academy, but outside the academy. And as you know, we have the largest flight training school at the University of North Dakota in the country, and do a lot of air traffic control training there as well. And the key is to train to the test, not to train to the academy, and that helps the academy from being a bottleneck. And so the Air Traffic Control Workforce Development Act that I've put forward with Gene Shaheen, as well as Senator Moran and Senator Duckworth, allows schools that you certify, that FAA certifies, to train to the test to help you reduce that backlog and get these air traffic controllers trained. Are you supportive of that legislation?
I'm supportive of expanding our capacity to get more young people trained up as air traffic controllers, getting them, through training and being able to pass the test. And by the way, my brother-in-law went to UND and went to flight school and thoroughly enjoyed it. You guys have a great facility. And again, I think there's 5 in the country. I might be getting that number wrong. I do think there's an opportunity for you all to do competitive grants because it's expensive. And we don't have a ton of kids coming through, so the economics might be more challenging for the schools. If there's a competitive grant to get really great equipment in some of these other places would be probably helpful.
Well, and we include that, and you mentioned it, you referenced it, but also for equipment in the tower that lets these air traffic controllers train on the job. That would enable you to move them around more too, because you'd have some of that training equipment, as well as retention bonuses and recruitment bonuses. So it's all designed to help you get air traffic controllers faster. We're going to do something in reconciliation, as you're aware, to kickstart at a very significant level the equipment. This will help you with the actual air traffic controllers.
I would welcome the help.
Yeah, thanks, Secretary. And then speaking of the University of North Dakota, we also have up there, it was the first unmanned aviation UAS test site in the country, in part because I helped write that legislation, but mostly because we have such a tremendous school up there. And then at the Grand Forks Air Force Base, we have the Grand Sky Technology Park. FAA has agreed to provide us with the unfiltered raw data feed, which we need to develop drone and counter-drone traffic in the NAS. Are you aware of that? And we still have some final details as far as the handoff, even though it's been formally agreed to. But this is going to enable us to continue all the work we're doing with drones, but also really develop counter-drone technology. So Senator Gillibrand talked about some of the legislative authorities. This is what actually enables you to detect and take down drones in the NAS. And we have 900 miles of border responsibility up there, and CBP co-located with all of this, flying manned and unmanned aircraft. You need to come see it. Will you come out and see it, and will you support what we're doing there and help us finish getting this raw data feed so we can keep it moving?
Yeah, so I may not have known about this, but I think Secretary Burgum has mentioned this to me like 10 times, so I'm well aware of what you're doing. And I believe, I checked on this before the hearing. I believe that we're actually waiting for some information to come from North Dakota to the FAA, but we are committed. This is going to be a great program. I think this is important.
It is.
And you're the right state to do it. So you'll have, and if I can maybe coordinate with you after to let you know what we need, but we're going to go forward quickly, and I'd love to come and see it in North Dakota.
Great.
After I go see Senator Schatz in Hawaii.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, that's all time of year. Time of year is a big factor in that. Yeah,
That's true.
And we're not competing on the same. We want you in the summer, and he can have you in the winter. Appreciate your support on that, and I'll double check too if there's something on our end. Last thing is we have a program that Tammy Baldwin, bipartisan, and she and I were able to pass in the Reauthorization Act for FAA in 2024. It's the Vets to Wings Act. We actually passed it. It was called the American Aviator Act. It allows some of the schools on a pilot basis, like ours again, through 28 to take 4 veterans. When they leave the service and they want to go through flight training, the GI Bill and the tuition assistance doesn't cover the full cost of the flight training. This program makes up that difference. So it's a twofer. You get those veterans into their next career, and it helps us with the pilot shortage. So we want to make that, we want to actually expand that beyond just the pilot schools like ours that are doing it. Again, it's authorized through 28, but it's something we want to work on as a permanent program to help our great vets. So would like your input, help, and support on that.
Yeah, I would love to work with you and learn more about the program.
Okay. Again, thanks for the way you've grabbed this task with both hands, and you're going at it the right way, and your ability to communicate is tremendous, and it's very helpful in terms of getting this huge, and very important project done. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Senator.